Good evening. We have just finished installing the SharePoint binaries. You can see that if we try to open up Central Admin, it should say, sorry, can't open Central Admin or something along those lines here. This machine is a little slow, so just a second. Another way you can see too that Central Admin doesn't exist is if we go into IIS Manager. There you go. See, cannot browse to Central Admin Web App. Doesn't exist. You want to launch the configuration wizard now? We're not going to. We're going to say no because we're going to install SharePoint with PowerShell. So we're going to open up PowerShell administratively, and once we get that opened, we're going to go ahead and sometimes you have to hold Shift down to get it to open up as administrator. And anyway, we're going to see which user we're logged in with first off, because we want to be logged in with the install user account. We don't want to be logged in with the domain administrator. That's not good. So we'll go to the computer and we'll go to the computer management. So there's other ways to go to it too, like off of computer manager or my computer, right click and manage. Come into local users and groups, and administrators, and we'll add in our install account. It wants to know who is, because we're logged in locally, it wants to know who's giving the rights to add this in, so that's the administrator of the Contosa domain. Alright. And now that's installer is a member. So now we're going to log off the machine, log on with the install account, close PowerShell. Okay. Alright, let's try this. Same bat channel, same bat signal. There we go. Find out if you use the right username and password, things go a lot better. Alright, let's just take a look and see what kind of rights we've got on this computer. We should just check in computer management. Looks like we have administrator correct, and that it's not install, it's installer. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. And let's check and make sure that the local security policy doesn't have any funny things going on. In order for this install to go good, we need a few things to be set correct. It should be a default out of the box. You never know. So I'll log on locally, administrators, check. Okay, let's see, debug programs, administrators, check. Need both of those things. Backup files and directories, check. And the old auditing of logs, check. We're good to go. Okay, now we're going to open up PowerShell session, and we want to open it up administratively. There's no option there, so hold the Shift key down, right click on that, there we go. And run as administrator, yes. We downloaded those PowerShells. Let's take a look at them really quick and see if they're ready to go or not. Now this is just a development box, so I'm probably going to end up putting the PowerShell ISE on it. Let's see if it's even installed. PowerShell, let's see. Get module, server manager. Let's see, it's probably there. I did that wrong. Server manager's there, right here. So we're going to import it. what commands it brought in. So we want the get Windows feature, see if it's if we have the PowerShell ISE installed or not. So PowerShell ISE, where are you? Here, it's not installed. So let's go ahead and add that. Our PowerShell script's a little bit better, a little more friendlier than what they'll look like if we looked at them through Notepad. You know, so going in here, going into where we downloaded those scripts, if we look inside of here, and actually I was logged on as administrator when I downloaded them. Mistake. Should have been logged in with this guy when I downloaded them. And so that's installed now. Now if we say get Windows feature, it'll pop down to the bottom. Second. So now look at the downloads. Yep, see they're right there. We don't want them in there. We're going to cut them out of there and we'll put them in the installer guy. Download folder. Right in here. And had we not put the integrated scripting environment on this machine, when we would look at this file, we would see it by default, the default file association of Notepad, you know, like this. It's not as pretty as if we were to right click on it and say edit and open. It'll open up with the ISE now, because you can see the ISE is installed. Alright? Cool. Now I'm just going to exit out of this PowerShell. I don't want that session anymore. And I do want to check a couple things though on this guy once it opens up. Here it comes. Alright. So looks good. The passphrase is baked into it. It's going to use SharePoint alias, which is already set up. If I look down here at my alias is configured. Config, and it's pointing to my SQL server, and that's the correct SQL box I want to go into. If I hop over to that SQL box really quickly and look in there, there are not any databases built right now. All those databases are now out of there, and we want to check and see the script was ran previously, and it puts, one thing it does is it adds the farm account in as a login. We're just going to delete that out because we're going to be rerunning the script. We don't want the script to have an issue seeing that the login already exists. So we'll do the same for the service apps, because we set that with the new SP managed account commandlet. So once that's done, then we're going to just close out of SQL. I know that this refresh would do the same thing that I'm about to do, but I just like to, I don't know, want to log back in myself and just see that the databases are good. Yep, system databases are all there. Cool. And we've got a login for installer. Installer has, let's see, should only have DB creator and security admin. Only, I say. That's kind of a lot, but yep, there we go. Okay. Here's my SQL DBA account that I'm logged in with. Let's see what this guy has. Ooh, the big dog. Look at that. Ooh, wow. Check out the rights on that guy. Alright, we're going to minimize the SQL box. This looks good. Okay. And we're checking our script now. Script is going to create config database. It's going to use a passphrase. And it's going to ask for farm credentials. And then it's going to create a central admin content database. Let's just call this central admin DB. Okay. And we're going to run that up on 55555. Okay, good. Save. And the install account. Let's just check that really quick. I should have just opened it up when I was in there. Alright, yep, search server is app2. This is the server that, there's actually a flaw in Microsoft's blog about this. It tries to point this server to be the database server. And the database server doesn't have the SharePoint binaries on it, so as a result, the search instance will not start. If you take a look at that, maybe take note of that. The Microsoft page has, well, at this, today's, May 25th, 2014, and currently it's got this database server name right here in this variable. We can actually take a look at that really quick just to show that I'm not absolutely crazy. So we'll open this up here, and I've actually don't know the URL to it, so that's why I have this little blog. And on this blog I have a alright, whatever. On this blog I've got a bunch of different things on here. SharePoint Papa, check it out sometime. That's a little plug for the people over at SharePoint Papa. I'm going to go into configure user whatever profile. I know it's in this. And there's been some times with the search, when I've used the search web part here too, that's blown up on me, so bear with me. If it breaks, we'll just drive into the location. Okay, and okay. It worked. So then down here, you can see that this is telling the right way to do it, but if you go to the original starting point, which is this TechNet here, it shows to use the database server name. So that's all fine if you're doing a single server install, but if you're building a farm, this name won't be the name for the front end, and this will not work. So keep that in mind. Okay. Alright, we're good to go there. Good to go there. Alright, that looks good. Alright, cool. We're good to go. And we're going to just go down and get us a administrative PowerShell session. Okay, boom, and right over here. Alright, now CD, users, if you want the script, it's out on SharePointPapa.com. You just have to change a couple things there. That front end server name, you have to make it match yours, and then you have to put your account in there. Once this gets rolling, though, I'm just going to pause the video, okay, because it takes a while, and this hardware that I'm running this on is kind of slow. So the name of the farm account is 2010. It better be 2010 farm. If not, this isn't going to work. You know what? Let's just check that really quick. It is. Okay, cool. Alright. And then we're going to put the password in. It's key to know this password too. If you don't know that, it does let you know right away. You get a bunch of, one of my clients calls it the red badge of courage. And I like that. She's pretty funny. But she says you'll get the red badge of courage really quick if you put the wrong password in, and she's absolutely correct. So, you know who you are. Kudos for that comment. Right now I'm going to pause the video and let it roll. When we're done, it'll come back and we'll have installed all the features, all the help site collection stuff, and then we'll go ahead and we'll run the install account. Okay. on this bad boy. It's at 300 right now. Lines available. Layout. Oh, it is 3,000. I must have changed it at some point. Q. And we'll do that too. Okay. So we are good to go. Now we need to register our service account for the service apps, which is part of this next script, which will be in another video. But I'll just go ahead and register it now. It will be in the other video. This part here will not be. Managed account.